Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, as of now we have seen how to draw the numbers to the Pygame window as well as board to the Pygame window. Now it's time to see the user input. Now we are typing here, right? So whatever we are typing here will be taken as a input. So we will see now how to collect the user input. Okay, see here it is asking to enter a yes or no. I am entering yes. Now the game is moving further. For that we are calling a input function. Let's see the input function now. See, this is the input function. For the input function is taking a text and the text is being displayed in the input tract. Okay. In the first video, we have already seen the input tract being created, right? That input tract, here we are drawing to the Pygame window. See, this is the input tract. Okay. The color we have given is dark green. And later we are updating the screen. Okay. And here we are collecting the input in that input tract. For event in pg.event.get, whatever the events we are doing via keyboard, via mouse, for all the inputs will be collected in the pg.input.get. If we are pressing the cross mark here, this is the pg.quit, that will be stopped. Okay. If you are pressing any keys, this key down event will be activated. In that, this k underscore return implies enter button. The return we can find in MacBooks, whereas in Windows we can have enter button. Okay. Whenever we are pressing enter, the done equals to false and it will come out of this while loop and we are returning that word because the user want to decide the text as the input text. Okay. And this is the backspace. We have also written function to the backspace because unfortunately user has given one more character, extra character, which is not needed. He needs to eliminate that character, right? For that we are writing the functionality for the backspace. Backspace means one character need to be detected, right? So instead of replacing the entire word, I am writing with the same word in the light blue color because light blue is the background color that will be mixed with the light blue color and the word will be changed. This is the slicing. This implies the word is being stored in the word excluding the last character. Else we are storing in the word event.unicode. All the characters it will store and in a similar way all the numbers also it will store, that is digits. And once we are done with the input, we press enter, the loop will come out and the word will be returned. See, enter. This is how the input function will work. Now we are done with user input. Now let's see how the machine will generate the move on its own. Machine will follow some steps. Based on that it will take the decision. You see, first the machine will try to find whether it can. First the machine will try to find whether it has a chance to win its move or not. You see, here we are checking the possibility of chances of machine winning the game. From all the machine moves which are already generated, we are getting the combinations. In the earlier video I said we need to remove the sum of the magic square values at that position from 15 so that we will get the required position to win. If there is a position such that we can win, the dictionary which is already stored will return that value, otherwise it will return -1. You see, if the position is not equals to -1, along with that we need to check one other condition, because in order to fill the slot that need to be empty slot, right? It will tell us whether the slot is empty or not, and if it is empty and not -1 means the machine has found its position such that it can win from the game. It will return the position and 1 to the calling function. After running this entire 2 loops where machine was unable to find its position of winning, it will try to prevent the human chances of winning the game. Okay, from the human mouse, in a similar fashion, using magic square method, it will try to find the position of which human can win in its next turn. And if it finds that position, it will return that position to the machine position. When you check here we are returning 0 and here we are returning 1, because whenever we are returning 1, the called function will understand that machine has won the game and the game will be ended from there. Otherwise we will return 0 and the game will be continued till the end of the game. If both human chances or machine chances are failed to win, it will check the center of the board is empty or not. See, here we are giving S of 4. The beauty of programming is all the arrays and sequence data types will start from 0 indexing, okay? But we the human beings will always like the one indexed positions. We see the board from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whereas the machine will see the board from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So whenever I am reading the user input in the game loop function, that game loop function we will discuss in the later video. See, after getting the input from the human being, we are deducting the word by 1 so that we will get the position of the original board. That's why we can find 4 here instead of 5. Okay, if center is not filled, it will give center as its position. If center is also filled, see, it will check in all the corners 1, 3, 7, 9 for human beings. But for system it is 0, 2, 6 and 8. At last chance it will occupy the, at last it will try to occupy the non-corners. This is how the machine will generate its move.